The year is 1809, on the rugged coast of the Korean Peninsula. It was a time when the sea was both a lifeline and a graveyard. The fishermen of a small, isolated village knew its moods, its tempers, and its secrets. But nothing could have prepared them for the fog. Not just any fog, but a thick and natural mist that rolled in without warning, swallowing the land and sea in a shroud of silent, milky white. It was a fog so dense you couldn't see your own hand in front of your face. At first, the villagers stayed indoors, waiting for the strange weather to pass. But days turned into a week, and the fog remained, clinging to the world like a cold, damp cloth. Then, the whispers began. Faint at first, carried on the still, heavy air. They sounded like familiar voices, calling from just beyond the edge of sight. A child might hear their mother calling them home for dinner. A wife would hear her husband, supposedly lost at sea months ago, calling her name from the shoreline. Panic started to simmer. The village elders warned everyone not to listen, not to answer. They spoke of ancient spirits, of malevolent entities that dwelled within the fog, luring the living with sweet lies. But the voices grew stronger, more persuasive, more desperate. They promised safety, reunion, and an end to the suffocating isolation. They were the voices of loved ones, filled with such longing and pain that it was agony to ignore them. One young man, named Min Jun, couldn't bear it any longer. He heard his younger sister, who had vanished in the mountains a year prior, crying for him from the edge of the nearby forest. Her pleas were so real, so heart-wrenching, against all warnings. He grabbed a lantern and stepped out into the white abyss. The villagers watched his light flicker and then disappear. They heard his single, piercing scream, which was abruptly cut off, swallowed by the oppressive silence of the fog. He was not the last. One by one, drawn by the phantom calls of those they cherished, people vanished into the mist. The village grew smaller, quieter, paralyzed by a terror that had no face. They learned the horrifying truth: the voices were a trap. They mimicked love and connection only to lead you to a cold, lonely end. When the fog finally lifted after 2 long weeks, the village was a shadow of its former self, forever haunted by the memory of the voices and the loved ones they had stolen away. They never knew what was in the fog, only that it was hungry. Thanks for watching. If you enjoy Tales of the Unknown, be sure to follow for more.